in our last class, we discussed a very nice example that how just because of his forgetfulness, he is suffering so much. That son is suffering so much. He has forgotten that his father is so wealthy, he's so caring, he's the richest person, and he's so powerful. But because of his forgetfulness, he's suffering so much. He's sleeping on the streets, he's begging for the money, for the food. But once, when someone will told him, uh, we discussed this thing that a great man came and he told him, "Oh, why are you suffering like this? You're simply suffering because you have left your father's home. Stupid. Your father is very wealthy. Just go back to him. Don't suffer. No need to suffer like this. Just go back to him." So, same way, this is our forgetfulness. This is because of our forgetfulness that we are rotting. We are actually rotting in this material world. So one should understand this thing. Okay, moving forward. Yeah, we are rotting here in this material world. We should, do our devotional practices very nicely, and we should focus on this thing only, that we have to purify ourselves completely in this lifetime only, and we have to go back to Godhead in this lifetime only. Let's just close this chapter now. Moving forward, in this material world, we are always suffering under threefold miseries. So there are threefold miseries: the miseries arising from the body and the mind, from other living entities, and from natural catastrophes. Being covered by illusion, by the modes of material nature, we do not take account of these miseries. So see, it's not like, okay, let's just understand that what are these threefold miseries. The very first is the one which arises from our body and mind, means pain which we get from our own body, health issues, diseases, or the illness, or from the mind, you know uh, the tension, distress, negativity, or whatever. So these are the pains, these are the miseries which we get from our own body and our mind, which we called 𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗧𝗲𝗹𝗵𝗺 in Hindi language. Second misery is which we get from other living entities. Someone is abusing us, or someone is beating someone, he's fighting. So these pains, these miseries, we get from other living entities. Biting of mosquitoes, not only human beings, living entities means animals also. Dog has bite you. So biting of dogs, biting of mosquitoes, insects, or whatever. So these are the miseries from other living entities. And from natural catastrophes. Now, these miseries are the arrangements of demigods. All the natural disasters, calamities, flood, earthquake, corona. I'm not sure about the corona. So yeah, all the natural calamities, these are the miseries from natural catastrophes, which we call Adi Devik in English. and from other living entities is Adi Bhautik Klesh. Being covered by illusion by the modes of material nature, we do not take account of these miseries. So it's not like that earlier when we were not Krishna conscious, we were not suffering with these miseries. From the birth only, living beings, they are trapped in these threefold miseries. But because they are being covered, we are being covered by illusion, by the modes of material nature. We do not take account of these miseries. We are not even, we don't even question that why do I have to always, get sick? I don't want to get sick, but then also I have to get sick. I don't want to get abused by other people, but then also I have to get abused by other people and all the other things. So, person is not able to question, these things. He's not able to question. He is not able to raise questions. And we just always assume that, yeah, these are the part of our lives. We have to tolerate these sufferings as they are coming. There is no solution. Is it not? People often do this. They do not take account of these miseries. However, we should always know that in the material world, we are undergoing so much suffering. See, we are discussing these, then we are able to, get conscious about these things. We have been suffering from these miseries from always. Even today, also, I ate so much of prasadam. Oh my goodness. Um, of course, suffering is there, even if you are enjoying, even, yeah, prasadam is not sense gratification, but if you are consuming more than your capacity, then it will give you pain. That will be reason for suffering. So this is also pain. I don't want to suffer, but still. So yeah, in the material world, we are undergoing so much suffering. One who has sufficiently developed consciousness, who is intelligent, inquires why is he suffering. So he raises questions that why am I suffering? I don't want to suffer. I do not want miseries. Why am I suffering? When this question arises, there is chance for becoming Krishna conscious. So whenever person question raises these types of questions, Krishna automatically arranges. Only not these questions, there are like different dimensions and variations of this also. If suppose someone is so much distressed about finding the ultimate purpose of his life, that i want I want to know my purpose, that why am I here in this world. I just want to know the purpose. Am I only here to do job, and then I will just get married, then I will just raise kids, and then I will just die like anything, like other people? Is this the only life? So when this question arises, there is chance for becoming Krishna conscious. So I remember this thing. I was also so much anxious about my career. I was so much tensed that, oh, what will I do in my future? I want to become, not become, became. Like I used to have this dream that I want to become a fashion designer. But then also, you know, becoming something or any sort of profession, it's not that easy, because you see, there are lots of competitions in all the things. Is it not? So I was distressed about this thing, that okay, if I will go in this field also, but then there will be competition. So I want to do something in which I wanted to do something in which I'm doing little, but I'm getting benefit of doing that thing 1,000 times, 100 or 1,000 times. I don't remember if I was thinking so much in detail, but yeah, I remember this thing, that I was so much distressed about my career, about my future. So you won't believe this. I was like, I keep on asking to many people that how to find the ultimate purpose of our lives. How to find. I used to text people on Instagram, strangers also, that how to find the purpose of our lives from different fields. I used to text them on Instagram. So yeah, they were replying that this, you do that. I don't know. I don't remember their replies. I can only remember this uh, amazing thing, that day when this amazing thing happened in my life. When Krishna made arrangement in my life, he sent a devotee in my life. That devotee, he didn't told me many things. He just told me to chant Hare Krishna. That's it. Nothing. So I just accepted her proposal, and I just started chanting one round of Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I started chanting, and I was chanting one round on beats. So I was just looking at the beats. Oh, these beats are so long. It's not, ending. I'm just chanting continuously from a long time. But these are not, these beats, there is, end is not coming. I'm just chanting, chanting, and chanting. So initially it happens like this. I remember I was struggling so much in chanting. It's not like from the very first day it was very easy for me. But still, I was doing it. It's not like I just neglected. Oh, I will not do it. I'm not liking. I will not do it. I was struggling. There was a struggle, but still, there was some taste. I don't know whether I was able to experience it or not. But of course, I was experiencing some taste. That's why, even after struggling, I was chanting. I was chanting daily. I I can hardly remember I skipped even a one day that I haven't chanted. Even for even for a few minutes only, I used to chant. So isn't this just amazing? So later, I got the association of more devotees. She connected me with uh, the group, uh, Prabhuji's group. Then I started attending classes, Bhagavad Gita classes, Srimad Bhagavatam classes. I started chanting in association of devotees. So, yeah, see, chanting in association is very much important. If you will chant alone, it will become very difficult. When I'm saying association, it doesn't mean physical association only. Association can mean online association also. Right now also we are getting association, we are in association, is it not? We are not feeling impersonal at all. We are discussing these classes, these books online through online medium, but then also we are getting association of each other. We are in association. So you all are already very nice devotees. You already come in morning, chant in association. This is really very nice. So yeah, so things started like this. So this is very much important to raise question. And when this question arises, there is chance for becoming Krishna conscious. So you can also see that from where, like how you got the association. There might be some desire of, whether doing something spiritual, or whether you might be feeling, oh, I'm fed up of all these things. I just want solution from my life for the problems of my life. That can be any question or anything. And Krishna made arrangement, and now you're here on this path. So this shows Krishna is hankering to take us back to his home. As soon as we surrender ourselves to Krishna, he welcomes us very cordially. It is just like a lost child who returns to his father and says, "My dear father, due to some misunderstanding, I left your protection, but I have suffered. Now I return to you." The father embraces his son and says, "My dear boy, come on. I'm so anxious for you all the days you were gone, and now I'm so happy you have come back." The father is so kind. We are in the same position, my dear devotees. You just imagine this. We are saying these words to Lord Krishna, and Krishna is, just embraced us. This is reality, see? This is same as our position. Because of some misunderstanding, we have left the protection of our Lord. And we are suffering here. And now, when we are on this path, we have almost returned him. Why we are following this path? Why we are chanting Hare Krishna? Why are we hearing classes? Why are we consuming Krishna Prasadam, or whatever activities, whatever devotional services we are doing? Why we are doing? To get love of God, is it not? Because we want to return to him. So we are in the same position. Is it not? We have to surrender to Krishna. And it is not very difficult. It is not very difficult. When the son surrenders to the father, is it a very difficult job for him? It is very natural. You see now, when a son is under his father's shelter, is it a very difficult job for him? It is very natural that he's in his father's shelter, in his father's protection. Father is taking care of him. Is it not? It is very natural. And the father is always waiting to receive the son. There is no question of insult. When will be the insult? When that son will, leave the home of his father, and he will roam, he will wander on the street like that. and he will be begging for other people for the money, for the food. See, same, literally same situation is ours. We are wandering aimlessly in this material world. We are begging, from the material boss. We are begging for the job. We are begging for some money, and we are begging for the food. Bag means, of course, if we are working also, so that is also kind of bagging only. One should know this thing that in Golok Dham, there is no need to do any job for the sake of survival. Can you believe this? There is no need to do any kind of, these poor jobs there. Job is so much torturing for me, literally. If someone will tell me, oh, I will give you 100 crore rupees, you do job. I can never do job. Job is really very, very torturing for me. I can never do job. It's been almost an year now since I've left my job because it's really torturing for me actually. Literally I can't. So yes, there is no question of insult. If we bow down before our Supreme Father and touch his feet, there is no harm for us, nor is it difficulty. Indeed, it is glorious for us. You see, now when we do DT Darshana, and someday when, we glance on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, how glorious it seems. Literally, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying this artificially. You see, now there is really, our consciousness is literally jumping. We are progressing with very fast speed. Earlier, I really remember all these things. Earlier, consciousness was not like this. There was no any attraction. There was we. If I talk about myself only, I'm not so much interested or attractive. I'm not. I'm not so much interested to glance the lotus feet of Lord. There was no any attraction. So it's not like uh, it's not like that Krishna is not all attractive. That's why I'm not showing any interest. It was because my own ignorance. Even now, also, when anything related to, Krishna or anything related to our bhakti, when I observe that I'm not able to relish it nicely. So immediately I observe this thing that this is because my own ignorance. Krishna is transcendental, Krishna is all attractive. But if still we are not attractive, if we are not attracting towards him, this is because of our own ignorance, which is really not a nice thing. So, yes. So, yes, there is no harm for us, nor it is difficult. Indeed, it is glorious for us. Why should we not? By surrendering unto Krishna, we come immediately under his protection and are relieved of all miseries. See, Krishna is himself telling this thing that when we take shelter of Lord Krishna, we immediately get relieved from all the miseries. So now you will see what we immediately get relief from all the miseries, but I still get sick. I still uh, My throat is still not good right now. You are saying we are relieved from all the miseries, but then also I see I'm still getting sick. I'm still getting hungry, or I'm still falling asleep. See, these are the necessities of body, this body. We are not this body, but still these are the necessities of this body. But yeah, all the miseries, the pains, the sickness, whatever you assume, whatever you think, these are these all are artificial. At least, uh, yeah, for devotees, anything you are seeing, these are artificial. And these are all the arrangements of Lord Krishna only. In today's class only, Prabhuji was telling this thing, that you will see whatever problems comes in devotee's life, it is arrangement of Krishna only. And why Krishna is arranging it? Because that problem is good for our progress only. That will make us more, that will, help us to progress more in our spiritual life. We will become more still. Still means what to say? Some, what we call some in English. I'm not remembering that word, but yeah, means when any provoking situation will come in our life, then that will not affect us. And you yourself can observe this thing right now also. Earlier, we used to get affected so much by even small happenings. Is it not? But it's not like that now. So yeah, when we take shelter of Krishna, we come immediately under his protection and are relieved from all the miseries. This is validated by scriptures. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, now there is this another shloka. We will again try to recite this shloka. Please recite with me. Just a second. Yes, please recite it. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षिष मोक्षि मोक्षयिष्यामि मां शुचः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षिष्यामि मां शुचः. This is my favorite shloka. See what Krishna is telling in this shloka. Sarva dharma parityajya. You just quit all your dharmas. Dharmas means all your false identifications, that I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Indian, I am American, I am European, I am young, I am old, I am his servant, I am his wife, I am her whatever. So you just quit all these dharmas. Dharmas means false identification. I am this body. You just quit all these false identifications and Mam ekam sharanam vaja. You come under my, you just take my shelter. Mam ekam sharanam raja. You just take my sharanam. You just take my shelter. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I will, deliver you from all your sinful activities. Whatever sinful activities you did in your past, I will deliver you from that. Mokshisyami mam shacha. Deliver means I will, of course, Krishna will, deliver means Krishna will deliver us from this material world. So abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. So let's see. We will discuss this shloka and then we will stop our class here. When we throw ourselves at the feet of God, we come under his protection. Means when we take his shelter, uh, shelter of the lotus feet of Lord, we come under his protection, and from that time on, there is no fear for us. See, this is practical thing. You will see when you take shelter of Lord, when you follow instructions of Lord, fear automatically minimizes from your life. I'm telling now that I was so much underconfident. I was not even, I'm not aware about this thing right now also, that what kind of fear, from what kind of fear I was fearing from. Literally. But you see, magic happened in my life. So that's why I'm able to, tell everything so much confidently, because I have experienced these things practically in my life. So this is natural that whatever, you experience in your practical life, you're able to say those things very confidently to others. Is it not? I can only, I can just tell you one thing, that if my life can get transformed, then anyone's life can get transformed by following this path. That can be anyone. Because I am only aware about my past. I was so much fallen, so much fallen, so much fallen, like fallen. So if by, taking Lord's shelter, if, Lord can even deliver this fallen conditioned soul, then God can deliver any soul. I'm not showing my humbleness here. I really mean it. My dear devotees, I really mean it. Only I know that how much I was distressing with my life. I was so much tensed. Literally. But see, from that time on, there is no fear for us. When children are under the protection of their parents, they are fearless because they know that their parents will not let them be harmed. Mam eva ye prapadyante. Krishna promises that those who surrender to him have no cause for fear. So if you are fearing for something, I used to get I used to get afraid from lizards. But see, now you might think that I'm just speculating things like anything. But this is reality. I haven't seen any lizard nearby me from a very long time. Really, I'm just not saying this for the sake of saying. So you just see now, all the living beings are fragmental part of Krishna. Even lizard is also fragmental part of Krishna. That is also soul. It's just that soul have been given uh, by it. That soul is in lizard's body. So Krishna influences everyone. Krishna can also influence lizards that, oh, don't disturb that person. He has taken my shelter or she has taken my shelter. Don't disturb that person. Krishna can do anything. Is it not? Nothing is impossible for Krishna. So, yes, Krishna promises that those who surrender to him have no cause for fear. If surrender unto Krishna is such an easy thing, then why don't people do it? Why don't people do it? Instead, there are many who are challenging the very existence of God, claiming that nature and science are everything and God is nothing. Yes, this is true. See, what is the name of this chapter? Can anyone tell me? What is the name of this chapter? The roads of the foolish and the wise. So now, if surrendering to Krishna is such an easy thing, then why don't people do it? Have you got the answer? Because they are not wise, they are foolish. And let's just discuss for more 5 minutes, then we'll stop. So, yes, if it's that easy, if surrendering unto Krishna is that easy, then why is everyone, you know, why don't people do it? Why don't people surrender unto Krishna? Instead, there are many who are challenging the very existence of Krishna. You know, people often challenge the existence of people. What does that mean? They say that God is formless. There is no form of God. God is Nirakar. Uh, no wonder you may also heard this before that people often say this, that God is Nirakar, we are also Nirakar, we have no form. So this is all just foolishness. You just think about this now, that if we have no form, that this body, is this flowing in air? We have, worn clothes on this body. This body has form, that's why we have wore these clothes on it. Same way, our soul also have form, that's why we have worn this formed body on the soul. We read this now, that this body is just a costume. You see the foolishness of people? Claiming that nature and science are everything and that God is nothing. Let me tell you one amazing thing, then we'll stop here. Uh, Scientists experimented on this also. There was one person who was about to die. So they just packed the body of that person in a mirror box. They just thought that we will pack this person in this mirror box and we will not open this. We will tightly pack it. And when that person, when he will leave his body, means when the soul will, they were, I don't know what they were thinking. So when that soul will leave this body, we will catch that soul. That soul will not be able to come out of this mirror box, and we will be able to catch that soul. See the foolishness of these scientists. What we have learned so far, that these material things can't even touch uh, soul, because soul is transcendental. Not transcendental, sorry. Soul is eternal. Soul is spiritual. Soul is not material. And that's why we, we keep on doing material things, but we never get satisfied. Why? Because we are not this body, we are soul. But whatever we do it for the sake of satisfying our bodies. And that's why we never get satisfied. So, any material happiness cannot satisfy our soul because our soul is spiritual, Satchidanand. Like Krishna. Krishna is also Satchidanand. We are not Krishna, we are fragmental part of Krishna. So we are also Satchidanand. We are also spiritual. So so material things can't even touch ourselves. Ourselves means the soul. So it's just foolishness of those scientists that we will catch that soul. See, this is the ignorance. So, yeah, claiming that nature and science are everything and that God is nothing. So called advancement of civilization in knowledge means that the populace is becoming more mad. So, we will be continuing this topic in our next class. We will stop here now. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय निताय गौर प्रमानंदे हरि बोल